Hello students, today we start the new point. Last time we learned about the Newton's first equation of motion, Newton's second law of motion, Newton's first law of motion and uniform circular motion. Today we start the Newton's third law of motion. Now let's try this. Take a plastic boat and make a hole at its rear end. Inflate a balloon and fix it on the hole in the boat. Release the boat in water. What happened to the boat as the air in the balloon escapes slowly? Why? So answer of this question we learn on the one paper. Now see the answer. Due to that escaping air, the boat moves forward. Clear? When air blows out of the balloons, it is released in a backward direction with the force through the hole. As a result, it exerts an equal and opposite reaction force on the boat. This makes the boat moves in the forward direction. One more question related to our that topic. Now see what is given. So today we start that Newton's third law of motion. Now we have learned about the force and its effect on an object through Newton's first and second law of motion last time. However, in nature, force cannot act alone. Force is a reciprocal action between the two objects. Now, forces are always applied in pairs. When one object applies a force on another object, the latter object also simultaneously, means at the same time, applies a force on the former object. The forces between the two objects are always equal and opposite. This idea is expressed in Newton's third law of motion. The force applied by the first object, underline, the force applied by the first object is called action force. What is action force? So mark the answer. And second, what is meant by reaction force? So mark this answer. While the force applied by the second object on the first is called reaction force. So you mark this properly. What is meant by action force and reaction force? Now statement asked in the exam, state Newton's third law of motion. So statement is given here. Mark this statement. Every action force has an equal and opposite reaction force which act simultaneously, means at the same time. This is called as Newton's third law of motion. All are getting? Now in that yellow orange box, see what is given. Action and reaction are terms that express force. Second, these forces act in pair. One force cannot exist by itself. Action and reaction forces act simultaneously, means at the same time. And fourth point, action and reaction forces act on different objects. They do not act on the same object and hence cannot cancel each other's effect. Remember these points. Now some question given for us. Three give reason questions are given for us. How will you explain this with the help of Newton's third law of motion? What is the first one? See the question first. While hitting a ball with a bat, the speed of a bat decreases. Second, the gun recoil. Recoil means what? Moves backwards when a bullet is fired. And third one, explain mechanism of firing of a rocket. Now see the answer of all these three questions on one paper. First one, How will you explain the following with the help of Newton's third law of motion? What is the first one? While hitting a ball with a bat, the speed of the bat decreases. This is give reason question. Now see the answer. First point, when a bat strikes a ball, the ball also exerts an equal and opposite force of reaction on the bat. Second point, the force acting on the ball projects it with a high velocity, while the reaction force acting on the bat slows down its forward motion, and hence the speed of the bat decreases. So these 2 points you write in your give reason answer of this question. Next, what is the second given? A gun recoil, that is, it moves backward when a bullet is fired. Now this is also give reason question. 2 points are there. What is the first point? When a bullet is fired from a gun, a force is exerted by the gun on the bullet. Bullet, due to its less mass, get accelerated largely and acquires high velocity. At the same time, the bullet also exerts an equal and opposite force on the gun. The gun, being comparatively massive, means more mass, moves in the opposite direction with a small velocity. So there is a difference in the mass of bullet and gun, and that's why that is happen. Gun recoil, that is moves backward slowly as compared to bullet. Third give reason question given here, not give reason, explanation. Explain mechanism of firing of a rocket. Mechanism we are explaining with the help of Newton's third law of motion. The principle used for the motion of a rocket is based on Newton's third law of motion. That is important point. When the fuel in the rocket is ignited, means burn, that is it burns as a result of chemical reaction. Third point, the exhaust gases escape, means remove, with force through a small opening at the tail end of rocket in a downward direction. Fourth point, they exert an equal and opposite reaction force on the rocket. And last point, it is this reaction force which makes the rocket moves in a forward direction, that is in upward direction. So mechanism of this firing of rocket is based on what? Newton's third law of motion. So these are the 3 give reason questions given related to Newton's third law of motion, that is given in this blue box. So you try to write the answer in your notebook. Next, law of mechanism, a law of conservation of mechanism. Now question is asked here 3 to 5 marks for exam. So explanation given here, see that like this, check this paper and steps. So I will show the answer in a proper way on one paper. See here, law of conservation of momentum. Question is asked like this, state law of conservation of momentum, derive its mathematical equation. First of all, we are writing the law of conservation of momentum. When no external force acts on two interacting objects, their total momentum remains constant, it does not change. Or second statement also given, so you in exam you write any one statement. Second statement given, when two objects collide, the total momentum before collision is equal to the total momentum after collision. This is a second statement. So you write only one statement in exam when question is asked in exam. Mathematical equation. So I will show diagrammatically like this. Check. Before the collision, here object A and B, object A having the mass m1, object B mass m2, initial velocity u1 and u2 of these objects, and initial momentum m1 u1 and m2 u2. At the time of collision, after some time it is moving very fast, it is more slowly. So after some time they collide with each other. So object A exert force on B, check. Object A exert force on B, that is F2. At the same time, object B also exert force on A object, that is in opposite direction. That's why we are using the minus sign, that is a F1. After collision, what happened? There is no change in the masses but change in their velocities. So final velocity of A is v1, final velocity of object B is v2. Final momentum of object A is m1 v1 and final momentum of object B is m2 v2. Now see here, we are like the answer like this. Suppose m1 means what? Mass of an object A, u1 means initial velocity of an object A, m2 means mass of an object B, u2 means initial velocity of an object B. Therefore, m1 u1 means initial momentum of an object A and m2 u2 means initial momentum of an object B. Suppose these two objects collide, then what happened? F1 force. What is mean by F1? Force on A due to object B. And there is change in velocity v1. v1 means final velocity of an object A. Therefore, m1 v1 means nothing but final momentum of A after collision. According to Newton's third law of motion, F2 is, that is a action and reaction force act simultaneously. So F2 is what? Force on B due to object A. Therefore, there is change in velocity occur, that is a v2 means final velocity of an object B. Therefore, m2 v2 means nothing but final momentum of B after collision. m2 v2 means what? Final momentum of object B after collision. See then on next. Therefore, these two forces are equal. According to Newton's third law, there is equal and opposite forces act simultaneously. So F2 is equal to what? Minus F1. Minus sign indicate that both the forces are equal but in opposite direction. Now we know the force equation that we learn in Newton's second law of motion. F equal to what? Ma. So F2 means what? Force exert on second object. So m2 a2 and minus F1 means F1 means first force, that is in related to this we are using the numbers minus sign m1 a1. We know the formula of acceleration also, v minus u upon t. There is change in velocity upon time. That's why we are substituting value of a2 is what? v2. m2 multiplied by a2 means nothing but acceleration produced in second object, that is v2 minus u2 upon t is equal to minus sign remains as it is m1 into a1. What is the value of a1? That is a v1 minus u1 upon t. That is a acceleration produced in the first object. On both the side t is a divide, so t cancel. What is remain? That we write m2 multiplied by v2 minus u2 is equal to minus m1 into v1 minus u1. Therefore, m2 v2 minus, solve the bracket, m2 multiplied by v2 minus m2 multiplied by u2 is equal to what? Minus m1 multiplied by v1 minus of minus sign plus, that is m1 u1. So which terms having the minus sign, that terms we are interchange on the other side. So we are getting the formula m2 v2 on the right hand side minus m1 v1, take on the left hand side, then plus m1 v1, so is equal to, what is the left hand side minus term? That is a minus m2 u2, taking on this side, so plus m2 u2 plus m1 v1. So what these numbers indicate for us? So m2 v2 plus m1 v1 v1 v2 means final velocity. That's why magnitude of total final momentum is equal to m2 u2 plus m1 u1. U1 and u2 are initial velocities, so is equal to what? Magnitude of total initial momentum. So law of conservation of momentum indicates us what is the total momentum before collision. That is exactly equal to the total momentum after collision. Before collision and after collision there is no change in momentum, that is always the same. All getting? Now see the next point. So this is the last point of this lesson given here. Clear? Next, last point. So up to here, that is over. Now in order to understand the principle, let us consider the example of a bullet fired from a gun. When bullet of mass m1 is fired from a gun of mass m2, its velocity becomes v1 and its momentum becomes m1 v1. Before firing the bullet, both the gun and bullet are at rest. Hence, the total initial momentum is 0 because initial velocities are 0. According to the above law, the total final momentum also has to be 0. Thus, the forward moving bullet causes the gun to move backward, that is backward velocity produced, that is recoil velocity that we learned in previous point after firing. Thus, this backward motion of a gun is called as what? Recoil. Underline. The backward motion of the gun is called as recoil or recoil velocity. The velocity of recoil, that is the v2, is such that so m1 v1 plus m2 v2 is equal to 0. Final momentum, total final momentum is equal to total initial momentum. So initial momentum of a gun and bullet is 0, so compare with 0. So v2 is equal to what? This term taking on that side, that is a minus m1 u1, and we are shifting the term m2, so m2 is multiplied, shifting on that side, so minus m1 upon m2 multiplied by v1. So in this way we find out the final velocity, that is the v2. As the mass of the gun is much higher than the mass of the bullet, the velocity of the gun is much smaller than the velocity of the bullet. The magnitude of the momentum of a bullet and the gun are equal, their directions are opposite. Thus, the total momentum is constant. Total momentum also constant during the launch of a rocket. We learn the give reason, answer or mechanism of this rocket, that is based on Newton's third law of motion. Now some solved examples are given here. So how to write? Don't write like this, that is given this solved example in our textbook. We are solving in that pattern. Now I will show the answer, how to solve the numerical problems. See the first numerical problem. This is solved example, but we write in our notebook. Numerical problem asks for 2 to 3 marks. What is the first numerical? The mass of a cannon is 500 kilogram and it recoil with a speed of 0.25 meter per second. What is the momentum of the cannon? Given. Mass of a cannon m is equal to 500 kilogram. Recoil speed v is equal to, that is 0.25 meter per second. What we find out in this question? That is the momentum. So momentum indicated by letter p equal to question mark. Now formula is p is equal to mv. Solution. Therefore p is equal to what? Mass is 500 kilogram multiplied by v is 0.25. After multiplied, we are getting the answer. Momentum p is equal to 125 kilogram meter per second. This is the answer of momentum. Second numerical problem solved. that is given in our textbook. Now check. Question is given, two balls have masses of 50 gram and 100 gram and they are moving along the same line in the same direction with velocities of 3 meter per second and 1.5 meter per second respectively. They collide with each other and after the collision, the first ball moves with a velocity of 2.5 meter per second, that is final velocity of the first ball. Calculate the velocity of the second ball or other ball after collision. Now use the proper symbol for both the balls. Now given. After reading the question, write down given. Mass of the first ball, that is m1, 50 gram. But gram is what? Gram is the CGS unit of force. Convert into kilogram. Kilogram is the MKS unit of mass. Sorry. So convert into kilogram. So 1 kilogram means 1000 gram. So divide by 1000. 50 divided by 1000. Answer is in kilograms. So we are getting the answer 0.05 kilogram. Mass of the second ball m2 is equal to 100 gram. So divide by 1000. Answer is in kilogram. So 0.1 kilogram. Initial velocity of the first ball u1 equal to 3 meter per second. Initial velocity of the second ball u2 is equal to 1.5 meter per second. Final velocity of first ball is also given, that is v1 equal to 2.5 meter per second. What we find out here? Final velocity of second ball, that is v2 is equal to question mark. Now formula. So as per the information given in the question, this question numerical problem based on conservation of momentum. So that we write here formula. According to law of conservation of momentum, total initial momentum is equal to total final momentum. Therefore, what is the formula? m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. Now solution. Substitute the value at the proper places. m1 is 0.5 multiplied by u1 is 3 plus m2 is 0.1 multiplied by u2 is 1.5. Then m1 is 0.05 multiplied by v1 is given 2.5 plus m2 is 0.1 but v2 is not given, so multiplied by v2 remains. So multiplied this, 0.05 multiplied by 3 means 0.15. Same here is equal to 0.05 multiplied by 2.5. Answer is 0.125 plus 0.1 multiplied by v2 is equal to 0.1 v2. So this term we are taking on the left hand side, that is here 0.1 v2 is equal to, what is on the other side? This is remains as it is here. This term we are shifting on the other side. So 0.3 minus what? 0.125. After subtraction we are getting the answer 0.175. So 0.1 is multiplied here. Shift on the right hand side, then divide. So v2 is equal to 0.175 divided by 0.1. Therefore v2 is equal to what? 1.75. v2 means final velocity of the second ball, that is 1.75 meter per second. So in this way we are solving the numerical problems in a proper pattern. First of all, you read the question carefully, write down the given, use the proper symbols for the given terms. Now what we find out? Use the proper symbol again, then suitable formula we are using according to given information, and last one, our solution means we are substituting the values of the given terms at the correct places, and after calculation we are writing the final answer with the proper unit of the unknown term. So in this way this lesson is over. Now assignment number 4 is given related to video number 4. So question number 26 onwards, what is action and reaction force? Next question number 27, state Newton's third law of motion. How will we explain the following with the help of Newton's third law of motion? Three give reason questions are there. Question number 29, state law of conservation of momentum and derive its mathematical equation. So that we already learn here. So you see the video carefully and write the answer in your notebook. Question number 31, solved example, page number 16, and solved example second, that is page number 16. How to solve that numerical problem, that I will explain here. So write in that pattern only, and after that at the end of this lesson solve the exercise, this question number 1, 2, 3, 4 and 6, that you solve by own. I will give the answers of only these exercises question numbers, that is question number 5 A B C D and question number 7 A B C D. These answers I will give only. So in this way, this first lesson laws of motion is over here. All are getting? So see the video carefully and write down the question with answer in a proper way in your notebook. Thank you.